shoulder and then return with an uppercut, just like we said in the war room. If he can perfect the silly shell, everybody's going to be in a world of hurts. If he perfects it, because he has the hand-eye coordination and reflexes to make you miss like that. If he perfects it as far as punching out of it with an uppercut, you don't see him throw uppercuts like that. Like bam, bam. If he perfect it, jab and dip, jab and dip, jab.
Ryan Garcia, training alongside David Benavidez ahead of the Mario Barrios fight, sounds like one of those gym connections that looks good on paper. But once you understand what's really happening inside the ring, it carries a much deeper meaning. This isn't light sparring meant for cameras or highlight clips. This is Ryan learning real fight pressure from someone who thrives in it. Benavidez has been breaking down
how David Benavidez, as a cruiserweight, can even keep up with Ryan Garcia as a welterweight. And really, Ryan Garcia is the fastest fighter in the game. And still, David Benavidez, Ryan Garcia doing a speed challenge, and David Benavidez is keeping up.
This is Ryan learning real fight pressure from someone who thrives in it. Benavidez has been breaking down the Philly shell for him, not the flashy version people post online, but the raw, practical form that works in close quarters. The kind that allows you to slip punches in tight spaces and fire back without having to reset your stance. That kind of work matters for Ryan because it gives him solutions when speed alone.
And David Benavidez, and he should be. And Ryan Garcia being as fast as he is, I just think it's more impressive to me that the Mexican monster
isn't enough. Then came the speed challenge that raised eyebrows throughout the gym. Ryan is widely known as one of the fastest fighters in boxing, yet here was David, a much bigger man, staying with him, matching reactions, and not falling behind. That isn't normal. That's elite physical ability paired with exceptional timing. You could see Ryan's respect change in real time. It was the realization that this is a fighter who can move like that at his size. Training with someone who can apply pressure, match speed, and still think while throwing volume is exactly the preparation Ryan needs before facing a durable.
Barrios was like, what fool would turn that down?
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, it would be absurd. Well, look, Ryan could be breaking down, looking at a fight, breaking down the tape. He's no dummy. These guys all look at each other and say, oh, if I only got in the ring with him, I could capitalize on this or that. I'm not going to give Ryan any
opposed opponent like Mario Barrios. And when you watch Ryan take in those lessons, instead of trying to dominate every moment, that's when it becomes clear this training camp is different from the ones before. Right after, Ryan explains the illusion and misdirection angle, almost like a magician challenging you to find where the real work is happening. Joe Goosen steps in and completely shifts the tone. Now you're not listening to a fighter protecting an image, you're listening to a coach defending principles. When Goosen says he was stunned, it doesn't sound bitter. It sounds genuinely confused, like someone who assumed respect was still the standard in boxing. And that's where things get interesting. Joe isn't taking shots at Ryan Garcia. He's talking about loyalty, hard work, and how unreasonable it would be to turn down training a reigning champion like Mario Barrios.
Partners for a style like Mario Barrios.
No, not at all. I seen how he fights, you know, and it's nice. I mean, it's good. Again, I respect all boxers, you know, but it's not gonna be hard to find sparring partners, you know. Just gotta have the same height, you know, as he is, and that's it. Just go from there. But
that's old school thinking clashing with modern boxing drama. Joe keeps bringing the conversation back to class and professionalism, pointing out how Barrios carried himself around Manny Pacquiao. What he's really saying is that respect is earned long before time is given. When he breaks down defense, tightening systems, and reducing mistakes to zero music, that's Goosen in his element. Minimal talk, maximum structure. He even references Rolando Romero without bragging, simply reminding everyone that boxing punishes bad habits. It's not personalities. What really stands out is Joe's refusal to engage in online noise. He doesn't live in comment sections or play internet boxing games. His focus stays on the gym, the craft, and the lineage of the sport music. While Ryan's side operates on momentum and presentation, Goossen's side feels like blueprints and muscle memory.
At 47, first things first, we got to get through Barrios. And Barrios, he's just somebody you got to, be prepared, be well prepared for,
In the comments here, did the divorce affect Ryan at all?
Did the what?
The divorce.
Well, he isn't divorced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two very different energies, both intentional. This isn't a soap opera about betrayal. It's a collision between modern boxing, chaos, and old-school boxing code. One side feeds on noise, the other relies on structure. When those philosophies meet on fight night, there are no excuses, only answers. After Joe Goossen finishes laying out discipline and structure, Ryan Garcia's father, Henry Garcia, steps in and shifts the conversation completely. Now it's no longer about blueprints. It's about belief, memory, and unfinished business music. You hear it immediately when Henry brings up Ryan's amateur history with Shocker Stevenson. For him, boxing isn't just rounds and records. It's personal history that never fades. While some people dismiss this as politics, that mindset matters here. It explains how Henry approaches the Mario Barrios fight. Doesn't underestimate.
He does beat him, it's going to be because of his speed matched with his power, and he possibly puts Mario Barrios down, right? My thing with Ryan is this, man. He never has a game plan. He promises the left hook, he's going to give you the left hook. You never really see him set up shot.
Barrios at all. He keeps returning to preparation, height, pressure, and mental readiness music, showing he knows this is not an easy matchup. When Henry says, Ryan listens to him, that's not humor. That's authority. This is a father reminding everyone who has the final voice when everything else is stripped away. What stands out is how he frames Barrios as a real test. Not hype, not fear, just a challenge that demands full preparation. No shortcuts, no excuses. He shuts down the idea of personal issues affecting fight night, saying once the bell rings, none of that matters. It's a hard stance, but it's a fighter's stance. The contrast is clear. Goossen speaks like a surgeon. Henry speaks like a protector. One focuses on eliminating mistakes. The other focuses on keeping Ryan mentally sharp and aggressive. And that's where the Barrios fight exists. Barrios brings pace
aside and just focus on what's at hand. And that's something that you don't want to use as an excuse to say, the only thing that you could use for an excuse if something happened during training camp that still is carrying
patience, experience, and pressure. Ryan brings speed, belief, and unpredictability music. Henry isn't selling chaos. He's selling confidence built on preparation. Whether you agree or not, one thing is clear. This fight is not being taken lightly by the person who matters most to Ryan, coming straight off Henry Garcia's old school. Father-first mindset, Andre Dirrell steps in and shifts the conversation from belief to structure. This is where the analysis becomes uncomfortable in a useful way. Andre isn't attacking Ryan Garcia. He's breaking him down. There's a difference. When he calls Ryan a renegade, it fits. That instinct-based style has been both his strength and his weakness. Ryan fights like someone who trusts reflexes more than game plans. Against Mario Barrios, that leads to either fireworks or a long night. Andre keeps returning to the same point. Speed and power win moments. Fundamentals win fights, especially against someone built to stay standing and apply pressure late. That's exactly who Barrios is. He isn't flashy. He doesn't chase chaos. He's a fundamentals-first welterweight who understands distance,